Coastal-Burwood to come forward. Welcome.
Good morning, Leanne and councillors and staff and community. It's really great to be here, thank you. Just wait for my amazing Community Board Governance Advisor Jo Wells to help me out here. Thank you. Yeah, great. So we had no Part A's for our 7th of August and 21st of August meetings, but under the Community Board decisions under delegation, I'd just like to highlight a couple of things. The new Preston subdivision, we approved 5 new bus stops, so that's really exciting. They're already installed, and the bus service 150 from the Farms to Spencerville is started a week ago, and the patronage has already increased, so that's really exciting for that area there. Next we have the board also approved the landscaping and concept plans for a fitness trail at the Burwood Park South, which is really exciting because this was an initiative by the Dallington Community Cottage Trust, and they've gone and with a partnership with council, the Dallington Community Cottage Trust contributed $45,000 to this fitness here. So there's 7 items there that we can get very carried away on shortly once they're installed. So that's really exciting because you can see up on the plan there where the fitness equipment's going to go, but it also sits between a half basketball court and the Burwood Tennis Club, so that's really very exciting for that community there, so well done to them for that. The other thing the board approved was the concept landscape plans and the footbridge removal and path alignment for the Horseshoe Lake Reserve. A few months ago the community board just asked the staff if they wouldn't mind going back out to the community just to make sure that things were clear about the possibility of removing the bridge or keeping the bridge. So that went out and we're very grateful for that, and the community have come back and said they were okay with the removal of that wee footbridge and then a realignment of the path, diverting around a wee bit further, and also we requested an accessibility audit on that just to make sure things are all lined up there. No, it's not a concrete, it's a little wooden bridge. Sorry, I don't have a picture of it, but it was a cute wee bridge, but we're very aware of those little unique assets in community, so we wanted to make sure that community were okay with that being removed and something else put in its place. So they're going to have some stepping stones across where the bridge actually was, but they're realigning the path slightly closer to the road. So we really appreciate staff going out and doing that. Significant projects and initiatives. So this is really exciting for our area. We keep bringing it up because we are very grateful that this is actually happening in our area. So we've got diggers and we've got fences up now, and we've got everything on site, so it's all go. Pipes, everything. I mean, you go down there and it just looks like a bit of a war zone, but we're used to that, and there's plenty of cones again, but it's for a very exciting reason. So the project team are there charging away, and they've also, DCL have also produced this booklet here, which has been, they have delivered to 6,500 people. It's just a booklet that covers things like the vision and the just the regeneration outcomes and some of the proposals and that are going around. So we've got one for all of you, but we haven't handed it around on purpose actually, just in case you actually read it and don't listen to me. So really nice way to actually inform the community there. Also, the hot pools initial design and concept consultation has started. Getting the community involved at this early stage is really, really great. Also, some other little small community initiatives are starting through DCL's Creating Momentum Regeneration Fund, and we haven't got pictures, sorry, but next time we'll bring them. And just things like the community are getting into the initiative of outside their shops putting in planter boxes and standard trees, and it really has just revitalised and visually some of the areas in New Brighton. So fantastic, the community just coming up with these ideas and having some resources to do so. Kiwi2 Recreational and Sports Centre, well, this is well underway, and Glenn, Dave and I, we've got our hard hats on, our orange vests, and we had a bit of a tour around it this week, and it's absolutely fantastic. So that is on schedule to be opening about May next year, so that's very exciting. And also the South New Brighton Boardwalk update, we might have, yep, there it is. As we speak, that is what it's looking like right now. So this is going to be finished in a week or two, but look at that, that's what you've contributed to as council. And this community are absolutely excited about it. The contractors, I don't know how they've actually finished it as they're doing so quickly, because they have so many people in the community coming up to them and telling them how wonderful it looks and how amazing they are. I don't know how many scones they've had and cups of tea they've had brought to them, but they've still got the job done and it looks amazing. So well done to everybody for that. On the same side of town, significant community issues. As you know, the South Shore Floodplain Management Short-Term Options Report went back to us as a community board, and we really appreciated the opportunity to be able to comment on that. So thank you very much for that, and our recommendation on behalf of the community will be coming back to the council meeting on the 28th of September. And finally, we've got some up and coming events. So we just wanted to sort of showcase this booklet. It's actually something for all of us. It's the Breeze Walking Festival booklet that staff and the community have put together, and there's just some amazing, I'm not sure but I could be wrong, there's about 50 walking events happening around in the city, which is fantastic. And one of them, as you can see up there, is the Gruffalo Explorer for the little ones, our little ones, and it's in the Bottle Lake on the 4th of October. And then another one I'll highlight in our area is Meet in the Middle, which is the celebrating the opening of the Tiara Otakaro, which is the transitional Avon River Stockbank trail from the city to the sea. So, you know, well done to everybody for putting that together, but all the information about the walks in your own area are in this booklet. And we have Godwits, which I think is a really special thing to emphasise for our city. Apparently the news is that we have 348 have arrived in, pardon? Godwits. Well, we've got Godwits. Fantastic. Well, by the time they travel 11,000 miles, they probably think, yeah, anyway. So they're actually on Charlesworth Reserve, Brookhaven at the moment, but we've got about another 1,700 expected, so they must be having a little bit of a rest there before they just pop over to the South Shore Spit Reserve. They've come all the way from Elastic, so that's amazing. And hence, this is why the South Brighton community have lobbied for the Godwit statue at the South Brighton Bridge, which will be installed later this year. And finally, we just have a slide at the end just to tell you that this is the Avon River beautiful picture in Burwood. So thank you.
Thank you. Look, I'd just like to reinforce Kim's comments around QE2. Kim, Glenn and myself had a visit there last Monday. And, you know, when you look at the plans of a facility, you sort of visually conceptualise what you think this may look like and the space that might be there. But standing inside the building, you get a totally different perspective. And so standing in the, for example, in the pool area of this complex, it's absolutely huge. And I got the perspective really that the children's play area, where there's going to be some wet fountains and things coming up, a lazy river, and the hydro slide comes in, that area alone in this new complex I believe is bigger than the whole of the Graham Condon complex itself. And then you've got, you know, a massive 25-metre learn to swim pool, a 10-lane 25-metre pool, a hydrotherapy pool, and spa pools all further down in the complex. It is quite significant. And the recreation facility, the spin rooms and exercise things on the other side, equally very spacious. So in my limited IT and Facebook capacity, I put a few pictures up on Facebook, and they attracted something like to date 11,490 views. So I think there is huge interest in what's happening with this facility in our ward, and I do want to express my gratitude to all that were involved in the planning and particularly Apollo projects at the moment in the construction of it. It is going to be outstanding. I'd like to move the adoption of that report.
Yeah, I'd love to second, and I think as David said, probably QE2 will be a major stake in the ground for recovery in the east. It's the #1 marker, I think, for many people. Just the Godwits arrived 2 weeks early than many other years, so the Estuary Trust is very fascinated over that. Does that say something? We don't know. So climate change, who knows? But
no, it's the first year the Godwits have left under a Trump president.
Flights were cheaper.
I'll tell the trust that.
It's the first time they've left under a Trump president. Thank you.
Good kind of river carnival as well, so it's going to be quite an event. Evan's done a great job, and yeah.